Hi everyone, Tom Slivick, and I'm with Adam Dalton. Adam Dalton's the chairman of the Jackson Band of the Miwok Indians, and we're out here at Chauncey State Park. It must be wonderful for you to be out here, Adam, on this project.
Yeah, this is something I've been looking forward to. My family is sponsoring a complete rebuild of this park here, like the other parks we did in the county. The same thing goes here. We're accepting volunteers and help, and you can get a hold of the Rancheria to find out how you can help. We took the roundhouse down in the first couple of weeks here. That was our first business here, and we're going to try to refreshen things up for big time as much as we can. The Island Band of Miwok Indians, they're putting on big time this year, and we're going to assist them. And we're trying to make it one of the best big times we ever had. And there'll still be dancing and celebration going on, but it's a different time this year because the roundhouse will not be here for the first time in a long time. But all the prayers and all the positive thinking, all the good people here working to fix this thing up. I see a lot of children here every day, and my family's real proud and glad to be here today.
Okay, well, the tribe took down the roundhouse, and you're building a new one. It seems about every close to 20 years. I remember taping that about maybe 21, 22 years ago, and about that long, then the roundhouse needs to be rebuilt. And the nice thing about it is you have an oral history. And so when I believe you were telling me yesterday when you meet with other people, other Native Americans come back, you share stories and everything like that. And I remember Sam, when he was building that, saying he remembered his dad telling him how, we're talking about Samba, and how when his son, or rather his dad helped tell him how to build that when he was younger, and now Sam should be passing that on to his son. So that's how that works, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. The first business that we tended to was to gather all the elders together.
Okay.
We gathered all the elders from the local tribes here and tribes throughout California to come down and guide us and make sure that we're doing the right things and we're following everybody's religious preferences here, because there's a lot of tribes involved in this, and not all the Native Americans pray and do things the same. So we tried to honor everybody's. So we spent the first 3 days having ceremony here and giving people plenty of time to come down and pay their respects to the house, and not to say goodbye to the house, but to say hello to the new house. And it's been a real special experience. You can feel the spirits around here, real positive. A lot of hawks are flying around here, which I like to see. And a lot of my family's here, a lot of my friends are here, and it's real exciting. It's a real exciting time.
Okay, when will the crew maybe start building the new roundhouse? And I understand, I read your paper, your article in the paper, and that you were looking for like lodge poles and things like that.
Yeah, a lot of the park is built with cedar.
Okay.
And that's for the dwellings, the roundhouse, the split rail fence. We want to replace all the logs around the football field here. Cedar is what we need. If anybody has any cedar out there, if you can get a hold of tribal offices, we'll come out and we'll fall the trees and extract it, and we'll clean up our mess, and it'd be a great help to the tribe and a great help to the community. And this park here is for everybody, It's not just a Native American park for natives. It's for all people to enjoy, and it's for non-natives to come learn about the local tribes around here. So it's a real special project.
Okay. Now, what are your plans for the park when you're finished with it? If you ever finish with it, I've noticed that you were still doing some nice things down there in Jackson. What do you think it will be like? Will there be many differences?
If you was to come down here, you guys are going to get some footage today and look around. Every single log and every single building, every single piece of wood is going to be touched here and refreshened, just like all my other projects. It's a little different with materials here. We don't need the same types of materials you would for a ball field, but it's going to be a complete rebuild from one end to the other. We're even going to give time to the museum. We're going to fix the parking lots, the kiosk buildings. I plan on doing it all, so it's going to be a couple of years probably before we're done with this project.
Okay, now I notice today you have a big crew here as well. What is the crew working on today, and what do you call your crew?
We have the Jackson Rancheria construction crew, and I have a temporary crew of some of my cousins and some my own family members and some West Point family members and some Wilton family members. I just kind of put together a little crew to be up here every day to help us out. Today, we're kind of working on building all the benches. We're redoing all the benches on the property. So a lot of work's down on the rancheria, getting materials to bring back up here. A lot of the ladies have been working. They've been peeling the logs with log peelers, the old style. The ladies have been doing sanding on the benches. We're restaining all the benches. We got so many plans for you.
It seems to me that maybe you're getting the benches ready first because of the crowd that's going to be coming for big time.
We want to make sure they're ready and they're good and dry. So that's what we're working on first, is focusing on big time now. Big time's going to be really good this year. We put a bunch of new appliances in the kitchen area. You guys will be seeing that today. After big time's done is when the real work will happen, because we don't want to unturn too many stones here that we're not prepared to put back.
Okay. Now, you want to tell anybody and invite them down to big time, and we'll go on with the interview.
Yeah.
But I love it because there, like you had said, a lot of tribes, and not different from the Miwok, come down and they share the cultures, and people that live around here or can hear about this get their friends to come down. It's really fantastic.
Yeah, big time celebration. It's a gathering of people that come down and visit, and we eat together and we talk, we tell stories. There's going to be a hand game tournament here. It's a Native American kind of a guessing game. It's going to be underneath a tent, so it's for everybody to come and see and enjoy. There's going to be, of course, fry bread and Indian tacos. Arts and crafts will be here. Lots of arts and crafts booths. But there's going to be a lot of special attention this year because the roundhouse is being worked on, and everybody in Native American country is real excited about it. So we expect a heck of a turnout. So everybody in the community and in the county, come on down and check it out. It's going to be a real good year for big time.
And I think you alluded to a lot of dancers, a lot of tribes doing their wonderful dances, and it's really, really colorful.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of tribes involved this year. It's probably going to be the biggest celebration we've had in a long time.
Okay.
So
let's tell some that might not know. Big time is basically it's an acorn festival. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, it's a celebration of the gathering of food, for wintertime,
and of course that probably plays into the chaussées, because the chaussée was the different members used to grind up the acorns. Am I right on that? Or?
Yeah, it's the mortars that you'll find here are where the families got together and they prepared the acorn and prepared it into food, and it's the biggest outcropping in California of mortars such as this. So they're figuring there was probably 1,000 natives in this valley way back when, because of the sheer number of mortars. And there's a lot of mortars that are still under the ground that they haven't been surfaced yet. So this valley was full of natives way back in ancient times. So it's a special place.
Okay. And so as you said, this has been the site probably of a big time for thousands of years? Do you have any idea?
I don't know if the big time celebration was created in modern times by some local Native Americans after it was made into a state park. But I think the celebrations were similar. I think the celebrations obviously went on in this valley for as far back as time can go. But the big time celebration itself for this one here was created by some local families years and years and years ago. So,
I was wondering a little bit, you might know some of the history. I don't mean to put you on the spot or anything like that, but there's some gigantic oaks here.
Yeah.
And, when people come and maybe they see the pictures of a volcano, where volcano is pretty tree neutered for all the building that the miners must have done, and the white people when they came and settled and put homes and things in. Why is it that they were spared? I'm kind of curious about that.
Well, from what I understand, the man who owned this property years and years ago, he protected it. Okay. He protected it, didn't let anything happen to it, and he's the one that ultimately, had to deal with the state parks to turn it into a state park. Because of all of the stuff that he's seen here, all the native stuff, he took care of this and protected it. Even way back then, when all that logging was going on. Okay. There's some trees down behind the roundhouse here. One of them is it's so massive and so huge that it takes your breath away, and it must be 300 years old, maybe even more. And if you guys get to come down to Big Time, please take a walk around and look at some of these trees. They're probably some of the biggest trees in the entire county.
So they have some paths that leave this area. I can see some, so there's some good walking paths. I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah, from my understanding, there's a lot of acreage off this way, and they do have some nature trails built back there. The California Conservation boys came in, and girls, and they came in and hand built those. So there's a lot more to do than just what you see here. It's a great place to come up and hike, a great place to come up and adventure. You see nature firsthand. We want to renew the excitement here because there should be things going on here all the time, not just one celebration a year. We're looking at like there maybe we celebrate 4 seasons of the year. Maybe there should be 4 celebrations here a year. And we'll talk about that as Indian people once we get everything taken care of here and fixed up. And I'm really looking forward to that.
This could be a great spot.
Yeah, a great spot, for people in the community. We can make it exciting again.
Okay. So you probably want to get back and help out with your crews. I understand your brother Dennis has got his lunch wagon down here. Yeah. Is that right?
Everybody loves my brother Dennis. You got to be nice to the cooks because they take care of you throughout the day. Dennis has been working up here with Jay and Dave, and they've been kicking out great meals for us every day. Yeah, and it's an historical day too. We have the monitoring class that's being hosted by Buena Vista. P.D. Ramirez is putting on that class. It's got Native Americans from all over California here. So it's a real special day. If you can get over there and get some film time with them and get some of their comments about the project, that'd be awesome.
Let me touch on that quickly. You kind of alluded to, do you need permission or special talking with the state parks to start your project here?
Yeah. Working with the city was, was pleasant, and the county was pleasant. The city of Volcano was pleasant. The state of California, surprisingly, was very pleasant. They were a little slower than I like, but I got them to move along pretty fast. It took me 3 months to actually break ground on this project when the first time I talked to them, so it wasn't that long. And they've been really good, actually. We got a good relationship, and I want to, I'm real proud of that relationship right now, and I don't want to do anything to tarnish it, and we're working together hand in hand.
It was good too, because I believe this was one of the only parks, when they had shut down a lot of parks, so this park was one of them that remained open.
Yeah, this was on a chopping block a couple of times, and they found ways to keep it open. And I even mentioned that to the people of the state, that maybe when we finished taking care of the park, that they would see how much my family respects and loves and adores this place. And maybe they would consider allowing us to be the new caretakers here. And maybe they could take some of that state money and save another park in California that's in need of it. It'd be like a full circle. I really thank the state for taking care of things when the natives financially couldn't. But we're at a point now where we financially are capable of, and we'd love to have that honor.
Right. Of course, you certainly have a tie to the lands, and want to maintain it and share it with the people. Your tribe has certainly shown its caring for the locals as well as obviously visitors. I mean, up there at the Rancheria that come and partake in your hospitality and the good times there.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We're a good family. We care a lot about everybody. Mom raised us well, and everything that I do, I always kind of look up in the sky and still look for her approval, even though she's not even here anymore. So that's very important to me.
Okay. Thank you, Adam, for the interview, and thank you, TSPN watchers and viewers, and stay with us. There'll be more on TSPN right after this.